OD666666 with a video for Good, Bad, Unusual. They were wanting some videos just talking about some weird-ass movies and stuff like that, so I got some weird ones here I was going to show you. Now, I know you guys said just to do a list of 5, but I couldn't, I don't know. I got way too many, so I'm just going to go through my list real quick. This one here, Neighborhood Watch, aka Deadly End. This movie's weird as shit. This is a cool movie. It's basically this dude gets a job, so he has to move with him and his girlfriend and or wife or whatever it is, and they have to move, and they move into this neighborhood, and there's this weird they got a weird neighbor, and he goes over there and he just causes a whole bunch of crazy shit. He brings them tainted food and he poisons them, and he does all this shit to them. It shows some scenes with him doing things to himself at home. He's got a real nice way of masturbating. It's pretty sick, man. It's pretty good stuff. This is definitely a fun flick. It's not just sick. It's also, I thought it was pretty funny. So this is definitely one worth checking out. And especially since Full Moon's gonna have their half-off sale starting the 11th through the 15th. Everything's gonna be half off, and there's gonna be free shipping and handling, so you can get this one for cheap on Full Moon, which is not a Full Moon flick, but I mean they distribute it and everything. But anyway, another one I got here is Fetus. Now this is the same dude that put out Bone Sickness, which I didn't really dig all that much, but this movie was really cool. I like this movie. It's pretty B, but it does have a nice amount of gore in it, and the gore is pretty fun. But basically what it is like his wife is pregnant and she's going into labor, and they both end up dying, the wife and the baby. So the dude kind of goes batshit, and he gets into the occult and stuff just so he can, get him back. And yeah, but this movie was nuts, a lot better than Bone Sickness. Then I got this one here. It's called Lucky. This is I've never really heard anybody talk about this one. This was a weird-ass movie. I like this one. What happens, this dude, he writes cartoons. He's a cartoon writer, but he's also a humongous drunk. And one night he goes out and gets beer, and he's driving home, and he hits this little dog here. And so he gets a dog, and he takes it into his car. He starts trying to nurse it back to health and shit. And the dog ends up talking to him and helping him out with his writing, because he's like having writer's block. So he's like he's helping him write all these stories. But anyway, this dude falls in love, and it's just a big, crazy mess. But this is a pretty good one. Pretty crazy. And then I got this one here, which I would swear this was like a Trauma release. I mean, it plays off just like a Trauma flick. It's really fun. It's just about this janitor that he just gets belittled and picked on all the time. And he just decides to go out and get revenge and just start killing. It's a horror comedy. Man, I don't know, if you're in this shit that Trauma puts out, and just those over-the-top comedies, which just has a lot of gore and shit in it, and it has a lot of funny, stupid gore in it, it's got like this person gets thrown off a building, and you can tell it's just like a big, it's just like a dummy. I mean, it's funny stuff. I like this one a lot. This was good. Then we got a Trauma flick, Story of a Junkie, which I talked about this in my top Trauma flicks. This is a really weird flick. It's basically this guy here. I forget his name. He goes by Gringo, but I forget his real name. But anyway, he was a real heroin addict. There's a lot of realism in this movie. There's a lot of people really doing heroin. There's a lot of stories being told. Now there is some fictional stuff that was thrown in there just to give you the kind of, feeling that, I don't know, but it's back in the 80s, and it's in New York City, so it's got that really grimy New York City feel to it. It's basically almost a documentary with a little bit of fiction thrown in there. So this is definitely one just to check out. It's really different, weird. Weird. That shit is weird. And then I got this one. It's another Trauma release, which this is a son of a bitch. It's God damn it. I think it's a German flick, but it's subtitled. It's not dubbed. It's basically these people going around telling these people that are suicidal that they're doing like a documentary, like anti-suicide documentary. They're doing this and that. but they go and film these people as they commit suicide just for their own sick pleasure, and it's really, really weird film, but I liked it. I mean, it's just strange, man. If anybody else has seen this, let me know what they thought about it. This is just a really weird flick. It's also got a scene at the end where this dude gets hit by like a big, almost diesel-style truck, and man, that looks real as shit. They did a good cutaway for that. And then I got this one here, Bloodsucking Freaks. Now, you guys have probably heard of this one. This is awesome, man. This is a weird-ass movie. It's got the midget henchmen. It's got, you know, they pretty much enslave women, and they torture them and just, like, belittle them. And it's really just messed up, man. This is just a crazy-ass flick. That's all I can really say about it. I mean, it's got that crazy scene where somebody goes and buys one of the girls, and they start, and he's all dressed up like a doctor, and he starts like ripping this girl's teeth out, and then he, you know, has her go down on him or whatever, and then he drills a hole in her top of her head and sticks a straw in there and starts sucking out her brains. It's nuts. I dig that movie a lot. Then I got Horror High. Now, this has nothing to do with Return to Horror High. I didn't really dig that movie all that much. It's okay, it's whatever. But this movie's cool. This is a movie, if you're into like the 70s, you know, exploitation type of really grainy, fun, bad flicks, this is definitely one to get, man. I don't know. I really like this flick. It's just this nerd, you know, he's in high school and he's working on this formula in chemistry class to like make you know, to improve on people's physical attributes, and he ends up drinking the potion, and he pretty much, it's like a Jekyll and Hyde story almost, it turns into, but this one's definitely fun, man. It's got that real sleazy, you know, 70s look to it. Then I got one from, this was put out by Blue Underground, Bad Boy Bubby. This movie's nutty too. What it is it's this dude here, Nicholas Hope. He's being raised by his mother. His mother locks him in the house, never lets him get out of the house. He's mentally retarded. Basically, the only way he can communicate with people is he just copies what everybody else says. He's just like a parrot, you know. I don't know. He just mimics everybody. So it's like he finally gets out of the house and he goes, you know, pretty much it's like I don't know, Home Alone, but with a insane person. You know, he goes out in the city and he's like trying to talk to people, but it's weird, man. This movie is really strange, especially when he goes to he goes to a mentally handicapped hospital and meets up with some people. It's really strange, and they actually use real handicapped people. It's just a really weird flick. Definitely worth checking out. And then I got House. This is an Asian flick here. This is a really weird-ass flick. It's almost cartoon-like. You know, it's just these 6 schoolgirls go to their aunt's house. She's sick, so they go over there, and just weird shit starts going down. I mean, a piano eats one of them. There's flying heads. I mean, flying decapitated heads. I mean, it's nuts, man. This was a really weird flick. I don't even know what to think about it. I liked it, but it's out there. Then I got Wild Zero, another Asian flick with the band Guitar Wolf in it. Really sleazy, dirty garage rock band. I like them. They're good. Just, you know, balls out punk rock. But anyway, this movie's insane. This is a humongous cheese movie here. It's this dude's, he's going to a Guitar Wolf concert, and he gets caught up in all this mess, and it turns out that there's aliens, and the aliens brought zombies, and Guitar Wolf has to save the day. So if that sounds good, I mean, I love this movie. This movie's awesome. This is another subtitle movie. It's really cool. And then I got Evil Ed. This is a foreign flick. I think it's German. I could be wrong. This is a crazy flick. It's just basically this mild-mannered guy that's not into horror movies and shit gets this job where he has to splice movies and take out the violent elements in the horror movies. He has to take those out. So he does this, you know, every day, and it kind of gets to him after a while. He starts seeing things and he starts going a little crazy. And by the end of it, he just goes batshit nuts. And it's just, this movie, it's like a horror comedy, but it's insane. It's pretty cool. I liked it. And then I got an old 70s picture here, put out by Grindhouse Releasing. I Drink Your Blood. Now this is a fun movie. You guys have probably seen this one too. You know, basically it's a satanic hippie cult gets out in the country and they get poisoned with rabies and they just go on a killing spree. This movie was weird, man. It's got that old, like you know, like the other one, Horror High. It's got that sleazy atmosphere, grainy footage. It's just, I think it's an awesome flick. And then compliments of Mr. Parka, I have TerraVision. This is a really fun, cheesy 80s flicks that hadn't been put on DVD yet. This is back at Charles Band's old movies. Yeah, it's insane. I mean, most of you guys have seen TerraVision. I won't really talk about that one much, but it's really fun. I like that one a lot. Then I got Easter Bunny Kill Kill here, put out by Plan 10 Pictures, and I think another company actually put this out too, because I did see a different cover. But this was a cool movie. This is like a kind of a throwback to old exploitation flicks, but it doesn't have that annoying fake, you know, digital video with grindhouse effects put on it. This is weird, man. It's got this you know, about 19-year-old kid that plays a retarded boy, and it's you know, his mother starts going out with this dude, but the dude, you know, turns out to be this, you know, sleaze bag. He goes around robbing people and killing people, but he plays up to her like he's all Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Innocent. She goes to work one night, he stays with the boy, and he ends up doing some pretty messed up shit to the boy, and you know, but they all get to just do in the end. It's pretty cool, man. Pretty fun flick. Trent Hagg is actually in that flick too, from Terra Firma and all that. And then I got The Suckling, aka Sewer Baby. This was a really cool flick. It's now this is one for just the cheese hounds here. This is you know, this guy and girl, they're like high school kids. This dude gets this girl pregnant, so that he takes her down to the old, you know, a legal abortion clinic where they also sell drugs and sell out prostitutes. But it's just this house that has, you know, they do abortions and they have prostitutes and they also sell drugs. So it's a really nice place to go visit. But anyway, so the chick has an abortion and they flush the baby down the toilet. And toxic waste gets spilled into the sewer system. And of course it makes the baby come to life. And the baby comes and wreaks havoc. Crazy shit. Then last one here, I got Rock and Roll Frankenstein. This is one of the best Shockorama releases I've seen. Now, Shockorama, I know, puts out some horrible shit, but sometimes anyway. But this was really fun horror comedy. It's just this record company guy. He comes up with this idea that, you know, he can piece together this Rock and Roll Frankenstein. The doctor that does all this, he actually jacks off to like anatomy books and stuff like that. He gets turned on by organs and stuff. So they get these group of stoners to go get the body parts, go dig up like Jimi Hendrix's hands and Sid Vicious's ass or something like that. And then they tell him to go out and get Jim Morrison's wiener, you know, and they accidentally drop Jim Morrison's wiener. It gets all, you know, ruined or whatever. So they just hurry up and pick up another one. And they didn't realize it's Liberace's wiener, so the Rock and Roll Frankenstein turns out to be gay, but he don't understand why he has these gay tendencies, and he wants to stick gerbils up his ass and all this. But this movie is nuts. It's really fun. I really recommend everybody go check this one out. But that's it. There you have it. That's I probably got tons more because, you know, I got all these weird, cheesy, shitty movies. But anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you can find some stuff in that stack that'll interest you. Bye!